Alright, it's Valentine's Day, and this truck had a broken shift tube on it. You know, when the gear shift gets busted and it falls down, doesn't work at all. Looks like a little erectile dysfunction going on with it. I already did this repair once, but we can do it again. Got just enough time because the lady's still asleep. So I looked on the internet and saw a couple helpful videos to kind of get you an idea of what's going on, but this is going to be a real-time, it's really not that hard to do job. So the shift tube that was in this truck broke. See, like that? It's still bolted at the end. It just sits there, goes like that, nothing works, obviously. Got a new way of videotaping this. My other camera's broken. Got my race goggles, camera right there. So see how this goes. We're not going anywhere, Bo. So when this is all together, obviously it looks a little different. I've already had this one apart. To get this guy out, you can kind of see down in here that tab. Some trucks are easier than others. You just push it up, comes up over that notch, slides right out. Only goes in there one way. It's not coming out. Push the tab, comes right out. But like I said, some trucks are easier than others. Then there's two little bolt screw deals, look like just like that. They're 7mm, or you can use a Torx head. Whatever. One goes here, the other goes here. And after that, it's just got these clips. Like so. These ones weren't clipped in. Get that out of the way. And I'll show you what you're looking at right now, if you're not on the crapper watching this video. So when it's all together, obviously it looks like this. And to get this apart, there's 1, 2, 3 Phillips head screws come out of there. Get this apart. I'll show you how to get that gear shift off. And then to get this dash apart, you just take your knife or your screwdriver or whatever, pop that out, get this one out. Be the same thing on this side, but we're not working on this truck. Oh, look at those geese. Should be hunting right now. Off subject. So anyways, nope, Bo, come on. Well, they're not gonna land there with JD planting, so we ain't gotta worry about it right now. Alright, so it's pins that hold this in. Usually you can use your trusty screwdriver here, a little fella. Gets those out. Like so, out it comes. Blah, blah, blah. Not too hard. You will need to get your lock cylinder, or whatever the hell you want to call it, here out. The way you do that, you push up in here. See that little hole? And I can't see what this camera sees, so hopefully you're seeing this. See that little hole right there? Right in there. You'll turn your key, it goes up, wiggle, comes out. And you see how this works. It's with it in the run position there, I do believe. This goes in. You bring it back, comes out. Bring it forward, it's free. If you press on it, like so, and then go forward, goes in, comes out. Doesn't get much easier than that. Going down to the lake. I had a chance to shoot them this morning, but this is Chassis. Hi, Chassis. that I didn't. Alright, at this point, you gotta taking the gear shift out. Still lost my train of thought. No. See this dealie here? See how it spins? How it brings it up? This little tube is what controls that. Now, last time I did this, it was broken. It came right out of there. So you take it. It'd be a lot easier if it was in first gear. And as far as going and disconnecting the battery and whatnot, on this truck it is, because it dies if you don't run it. So it drains battery. Get that off in there. You're gonna have to take all this unhooked here, because we're gonna drop the steering column, so we don't have to, because you ain't gonna get to the bolts in there without doing that. So you just spin it, spin, spin, spin. Getting close. Pops out. Put that somewhere. You're not gonna have it in your way. I already lost this once. Don't do it again. Put that right there. So now we're gonna take. We're not going anywhere. It's a 13 millimeter. We're gonna come down here. We're gonna take all these loose. See it starting to come down. I'm gonna put those right there just so I can kick them and lose them. And down here, don't let it fall on you, by the way. Hold it with your hand while you're working down here. Take these 4 out. Down she comes. Where'd those geese go? So now, you have all this exposed. There we go. And here's a number 30. And to get these Torx bolts out, do you have anything you want to add to this? Yeah, you're not happy. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's me 7 and 8 on the back side. I'll show you how to get to those. The guy that owned this truck before me made some poor life decisions with drugs. Was not a very smart guy. He ripped and broke half of this stuff out. He tried to fix his truck, held it back in with deck screws. The other dash is all beat and broken. So I went and got a new one here. Somehow or another, he had lost one of these bolts that was on the back side. So I made one. Got this out of a derby car, out of an Impala fender. Well, actually, let's see if I can get it back out. Now, I did a good job of getting it snug the first time. There it comes. Hopefully you don't have this problem, but I wasn't gonna go try and find one. Just used a stud and a nut. Made a bolt. It's gonna work. Don't lose these either, like that guy did. So now, take these off. They're not in there that tight. Like, you want them snugged up in there because you don't want them to come loose. But you don't need to cinch them down so much you bust them off and have a new problem. And then you just keep on working your way down the line. Sorry. My supervisor. This truck's dirty. This truck is from Riverton, Wyoming. Bought it for $200. Told the guy I didn't even want to give him that. And he begged me. I decided for $200. That'd be a good deal. So obviously your shift tube is going to be broken. Usually right around here somewhere. Pretty common. When I called Ford to see how many they had 70 in stock. I thought that was a little overkill, but at least they ain't gonna run out. And this one's actually not a Ford one. This is a cheap Chinese crappy one, but I'm gonna sell the truck anyways or use it for derby. So I didn't really care too much about getting a really nice one. Clearly the Ford one broke once already, so might as well use a cheap Chinese crappy one. It'll break too. And the price difference was like $50. So, got that. Now, back in here, you can see them sticking out. There's one, and there's two. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Means we're getting close. So you can wiggle yourself through here if you'd like. Right down here. One thing I wish I did do was get some 1/4" tools to do this job. But I didn't. So, working with big fat ones. Get a bite on that. There's this one last one in here. Now some guys put a little bit of Loctite on these because as years go on, your gear shift starts to get a little sloppy, and sometimes when you put it in park, it's not truly in park. It's because these are so loose. So out it comes. Want to check that out? Does it look alright? Nope, nope, nope. You can't eat it. Thanks for trying. We'll play with the ball later. Alright. So to put this all back in, you've gone through, you should have cleaned this out like I didn't. But, so you got your new one right out of the box. And this one from Napa. There's a lot of numbers on here. I'm going to go with LB1009 or 800-2974 as the part number. Whatever. Comes out of the box, comes with new bushings. These ones here. Sometimes they're already on it. So, let's put this back in. Because I got to go do Valentine's Day stuff today. Don't want to miss that. Alright, first, gotta line up these holes here. And if you think that you can do steps in reverse and figure out yourself how to put it back together, then you don't have to keep watching this video. But if you just want to watch just because you're not done in the bathroom yet and you're sitting there watching a video, keep watching. Now, one thing you'll have to do that I forgot to show you is when you go to put your new shift tube in, you have to remove this pin. And on this truck, it was a bitch to get out. You know why? Because you're going to need to get this out. And because your new one obviously don't come with one. So you just pop that out, slides out. You can see how there's another tube inside here. Can you see it right there? You're going to have to line up with, but no big deal. Easy enough. Like so. Now, some guys like to put everything together. See how it needs to go in there? And then tighten them all up at the end, and I can say that's probably a good idea. Should pull that out is what we should do. Geese are back. No. Cut myself. There they go. Last day of hunting season's tomorrow. Now I did find another bolt when I was at the scrapyard the other day. I wonder if that, I don't know, that's the wrong one. Oh well, not the one I'm looking for, but we're going to put this back together anyways. And a pry on here if you're using this tactic. There it is. Make sure everything is sitting straight and flush and nothing's binding up on itself. Break something. I don't know what the torque specs are to this, but I just usually go click. Click. Just go till it just feels tight. Not tight enough to break it though. Like on these back ones. This is aluminum. Strip that out. Pretty, a lot easier than you would anything else. Almost. Click. Double check that you got them both on there good. Yep, good enough. So now, Uh-oh, where'd the dog go? Oh, there's Bo. And chicken feeding lady. / Penny. Okay. So get these on. Go like so. Ruh-roh. That's twice. Alright. Looks good. Hi, Bo. Now, planting barley. That little piece I told you not to lose. So how that works, got little threads in there. We're gonna need to thread right up. Oops. Well, you gotta put this in there first. And sometimes getting this to thread back together can kind of suck, but we'll get there. One thing we're going to do is we're going to put this gear shift back in. Maybe, no promises. There we go. Just like so. It's not really the way to do it, but I got my little hammer around here right now. We only need it a little bit, so we can get that down there. Get that back on there. Now, to get this, you see how we got her in park, but it's in the wrong spot? You keep on spinning this until you get it where you want it. Right there. Park, reverse, neutral, drive. Go back up just a little. Second, first, park. Alright. Job's done. At this point, the rest of it's pretty self-explanatory on how to put it back together. One thing you can do is when you do take that black off the front there, the dash, unhook this. This one's kind of a pain, that's why I didn't do it. Now, these screw into the back of it. You can do it that way and just have it like this. I did that because I need a new one. Because that crazy guy, druggie, didn't know how to take a truck apart. So that should be it. I guess if you want to see how this goes back in, you can put that little contact back in if you want. Might as well. Like so. Back. And it's in. And that should complete this shit. Forgot that this truck haven't fixed the door handle yet. I have to go out that door. Because the battery is disconnected. So now's a good time to call it quits on this job. Hopefully this video helped you out. Obviously, put that back on. It only goes one way. Now it's stuck on there. Take a screwdriver. That's it.